Zlurpcast!
Biran is in the current Zlurpcast shirt. Show that off. Jonny P in there, and Bricks Chell, and Big Forearm Guy, and Mutant Kind. I've got the old one. Are these still on the site? You can still get these, right?
Yeah.
Old logo. You can buy these at zlurpcast.net. Try that site out. Make sure it works. I believe I have to renew it in the next couple of weeks. Renewals are up to like fucking $20. No promo code. Get the fuck out of here. How about I wait till it expires, then the 60-day waiting period, then I buy it again at a discount and hope Private Cheats doesn't steal this one. Because they stole Zlurpcast.com. I'm thinking about grabbing Zlurpcast.co. So it could be like, it's like Zlurpcast.com, but with no M. But it's
17% faster to type.
It's one less. Shorthand, one less character.
Like Bitly.
It's like a Bitly link, a short URL, if you will. Tiny URL. This is one of my favorite episode formats we do. We've done reviews. We've done quick hits. We've done comic books. We've done movie reviews. We've done fantasy casting. We've done game shows. We've done all kinds of different, categories of shows. My favorite is review the reviews, but now we have to review the review of the reviews. And the reviews of the reviews of the reviews are kept on a list. There is a list, and on this show, we have a list of people who have seen the list that contains the reviews that are only on the list of the reviews that handle the old reviews, which are now the new reviews, unless you're Kill Team and you don't have an old review. Pretty self-explanatory, you guys. Pretty self-explanatory. We're going to run through the fucking list, starting at the beginning, Riot Quest, ending at the current end, God Tier. No, Dungeon Bowl. God Tier?
God Tier.
God Tier. From A to Z, from R to G, apparently, this is the new fucking alphabet we're doing. There's a lot more in season 1 than season 2. We played more games that we blew our wad. I was trying to tell these guys, let's slow down. But we were like, boom, boom, boom. Like smash, like that guy. It's like smash, smash, smash. Remember that fucking meme guy? You guys, anyone? No? Anyway. Check it out. Smash guy. It was funny like 13 years ago. We smashed them all, so we got to smash them all again. You might be thinking to yourself, how is this compelling content to me? 1, doesn't matter. You've already hit play. 2, it is, because this is gonna tell a story. People say, why do you watch wrestling? Just sweaty men. I want the story. We're telling a story. You're gonna see that some games may have fell out of favor. Maybe games themselves, like the game, it's just games, the game of games, fallen out of favor as well. And when I say the game of games, I don't mean Shardy McDennis, which we should also review as well. Great game. But you're going to see some of these games are no longer the scores they once were. Xtreme, before we get into it, you have the data in front of you. Any trends you can throw out there? They don't give anything away, but just trends you've seen?
Basic trends, everything's downward.
Everything's down. So it's like you're going into a job. Where are we at here? And you're like, well, you got the fucking report, and you're like, well, everything's down. And then the boss comes over and he goes, first off, I'm not your boss. I'm your leader. And he takes this and he goes like this, and he goes, now everything's up. And then he fucking walks out, and everyone goes like this, and they start lining up to suck him off. That happens. That's business, you guys. That's business. Xtreme says, everything's down. We're trending downward. Biran, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a bad thing, but it's one of the worst cliches I hear in every YouTube video. It is what it is. Whenever someone says that, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? That's what it is.
Do you dispute that it's, dare I say, not what it is?
Yeah.
You know what I say? It's not what it's not.
I think some things have gone up. I know for me, some things have gone up.
Yeah.
One thing.
I think some of it too is we talk about all the time, like the excitement of getting into a game, and now we're looking at it a year later. That excitement's kind of gone. So now maybe we have more of a realistic rating on some of these games.
Like some say, when you get married, it's all hot and heavy, and then you're at the point now where you're like, you're on my half of the bed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you fight about that, it could be a hot and heavy fight.
Yeah, it can turn into something.
Fisticuffs. I'm saying fisticuffs. What a great word, by the way. Mike, what do you think? If you've noticed, if I slap the data in front of you, trends are down, Professor Muller. What's your hypothesis?
It's like Xtreme said, it's sometimes we just haven't played these games in a year or more, and that means something. If we haven't played it in a year, it's probably not as good, or potentially not as good as maybe we rated it before. So
I specifically blame Todd Warren, for not lifting the mask mandate, because if I didn't have to wear a mask at Grognard's, I'd be more excited about gaming in general.
But after Adepticon, when he doesn't care if his employees die or not, then it'll be fine.
Yeah, then, but that's if we were doing the episode then. It was
Mr. Warner, I'm not feeling so well. He's like, it's Dragonfall next weekend. If you drop dead, we're gonna be fine. Adepticon, I need you. And I know Dan and Gary said you get those 15s and a 30. Not at Adepticon, you don't get your 15s and a 30. You're lucky to get a chicken finger, let alone a basket for many fingers. You're lucky, fucking lucky to get that. By the way, I went online, like, I'm going to Adepticon. Hey, good food around. I can't eat con food. Like, climb off the high horse, everybody.
You can tell they're not a towner when they go, you should get Giordano's. And you're like, shut the F up.
You know how much work it is to fucking leave that place and come back?
Yeah.
And park and the whole business. And
who here is ready to say it? And I'll say it first. Kuba's is overrated.
It's fun to check out, but it's completely overrated. Yeah. I mean, it's a fun thing to do, but if it's like a crazy long wait, I mean, the only reason we went so many times is because that's where we told people we were going to be. So now it's like, if we change it now, unless we want to blow everyone off, but if we change it now, it's like, what the fuck? But
it's like Portillo's is consistent. Like, yeah, I will hardly recommend Portillo's because you know what? If you don't want the Chicago stuff, they got 30 other things to get.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to throw it out on this show right now because it's still a little, enough time before Adepticon. If you want, I'm not saying you got to, hang out with us or see us. Well, in fact, I don't even like hanging out with people in general. But if you're like, hey, you know what? This guy's cool. You're cool, whatever. Everything's fine. I'm going to let you know a little secret. Nice little Italian joint. Not too far in Schaumburg. A lot of people don't know about it. Domino's. Have you guys seen Domino's?
Where's that one at?
Never seen Domino's?
If I do, can't think of it right now.
God. It's like you've seen the brand before.
No.
Dominos? Domino's?
Oh, yes. It is fine Italian fare.
Oh my God. This show is filled with idiots. I love it.
I used to, when I worked at the Schaumburg Marriott and people would ask me for places to eat, and the bell captain had, here's what you tell them. I go, well, I don't like those places, so I'm going to tell them what I want. And if I didn't like the person asked me, I go, there's this fine Italian place called Caesarland.
That
was the Little Caesars version of what you call it, Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, Olive Jardin.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an authentic Italian restaurant.
That's right. And the breadsticks and the meat sauce and the fuck money, just like Virgil says.
But all you can eat pasta is all you can eat pasta. Even if it's not great, it's still all you can eat.
So anyway, I'll see you guys at Domino's. That's all I'm saying. Great little Italian joints.
Do they deliver just in case we don't want to leave the con?
They do. They've had to change with the times. It's a nice place, so they don't want to deliver. But I'm not saying you get it for free if it's on over 30 minutes. But Domino's has strict standards as well. So anyway, all shenanigans aside, let's get down to it. First game up on the list, Xtreme. You're going to be leading this show for us.
Riot Quest. How do
Okay.
we want to do this? Do we want to start with all ratings, or we just do changes, or what?
I think we should
Let's
talk
just
about
go-
the rating and that where it changed. Maybe, I don't know.
You just want to go, let's go around the horn with our current ratings and then who changed and why, real quick. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Xtreme, give me the ratings. Or do you guys know yours?
Yeah, I got mine up.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's just go in the format of Biran, Mike, Xtreme, me through all the games.
Okay. I went down from a 4 to a 3.5. Just because I think they've already abandoned and are going for a new sort of approach to Riot Quest. So I think this is almost a dead game at this point.
It's only
Yeah.
dead if you don't play.
And also metal miniatures, I have no interest anymore.
Well, the new format is one piece PVC miniatures.
Right.
Because they're basically going like Monster Apocalypse to a board game, which it really fucking is anyways.
Yeah, it is.
So
I
I think they're being more honest with it. The problem with the new set that they're coming out with is they give you 20 miniatures, but instead of giving you 20 individual characters, they give you 4 copies of 5 miniatures that are different colors. So it's fair and you can play it with your kids, but who wants 4 copies of?
Hey, at that point, why use miniatures at all?
Yeah.
Right?
take it into chits.
Yeah. Meeples.
We'll take a look at it when it comes out, but because of the who knows where this game is at point, it's gone down to 3.
So dropping from what to what?
4 to 3.5.
4 to 3.5. Okay, dropping a half point. Mike,
Same thing. Same reason.
4 to 3.5. Extreme.
I stayed steady at a 4.
Whoa. Okay. Have you ever played it?
I have.
Oh, okay. I thought it was no insult. I thought it was.
We were all kind of heavy into it for a little bit there.
Yeah,
When it came out, I got heavy into it. I painted a whole bunch of stuff. I played it and I enjoyed it, and then I sold it.
Are you going to get back into it with the new edition?
Probably not.
The fact that it's same models, multicolor, that's also kind of like a insult to injury for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really followed the new Kickstarter that much.
The four copies of the same model is like,
I'm just saying, you give Extreme a green and a red, he's got 2 browns, you know. The plan didn't work. It's actually kind of an ableist game, dare I say. What do I have, Extreme?
You started at a 3 and you went down to a 2.5.
Yeah, it's now under 3. Never played it. Don't plan to. How about that? If these guys, and this is, by the way, 3rd round for this game in our show, if by this point I haven't felt the urge to buy it, why would it not go down? That's going to be my theme throughout my scores. If at this point I can't see it staying the same, if I've never felt the urge to get into it. Okay. Cumulative score, Extreme, is what? Do you have that?
The new updated, it was a 3.75. It is now a 3.375.
Still really good, even with the drops in there. Interesting. Next up.
Next up is Warhammer Underworlds.
We'll still go in order, but this is my 5. We so far, just before we get into this, have we all given 5s, or Biran, you're saving yours for marriage?
and Mike hasn't either.
Nope.
Oh, Mike, you
I
didn't.
came this close and I'll talk about it.
Okay,
Yeah, I noticed the one I thought you might go to, you didn't. So
I thought Mike said,
I did, and then I changed it.
but now's the time to change. If you want, no spoilers, but if like Kings of War goes to a 5 today, this is the time to do it. This is the moment where you can change history, Mike.
or next year.
Oh, yeah, next year. And by the way, it's always like a month earlier. Like, so it'll be February because it's like 11 months is the new 12 months. 11 months is the new year. I don't know.
Warhammer Underworlds, I stuck with the same score I had last time we reviewed it at 3.5.
Okay. Have you played it all since then or no?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Would you ever?
I see people playing it at the store and they're not your typical gamers, but I am happy to see they're actually painting their shit, which is nice to see.
Yeah, that's Zach and his. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't know
they're
what
really
it
into it, and I
Yeah.
still see. I
I've
still see it
noticed,
as a chase game where you got to chase that power.
Well, yeah, I've noticed, and maybe it's just me not noticing, like not going, I'm not going where the fish are biting, but I have not noticed it being the competitive powerhouse it was once known for.
I
It's
see
almost
not
like
nearly as many people playing. You're right.
it seems like a specialist game now from the, but I could be wrong. I could be like not going to a store on the day when the big tournament happens, you know?
I think it got to the point similar to Marvel Crisis Protocol for me, where it just became too much to keep it all sorted. But I still respect the game. I respect how different it is than everything else GW does. So that's why I didn't drop it all the way to it.
Okay.
I think your initial question there, would you play it, is important because that's how I kind of affected most of my ratings. Like I haven't played these games, but would I play them? A lot of them, heck yeah. Like if you guys said, hey, we're gonna play this game, I'd be like, okay, let's do it.
Good point. Did you play it? Would you play it?
Yeah.
Two different questions, you know?
That's why we kind of came with our own scale of the Xtreme Schomburg score.
Right.
If
Well,
Xtreme was in Schomburg, would he play it?
our ratings are all different to each, but we're just, you know, it helps to come up with, here's why I changed it. It's sort of where I was looking at I went fresh, but it was like, when you look at it, here's why I went down or up.
Yeah, my 0.5 is the attaboy GW for thinking outside the box.
Fair enough. Mike?
I had 3 and I stuck at 3. Again, I want to like it. I want to play it, but I don't see me actually doing it. But I have bought something. I've not played it since the last review, but I've bought the 3rd expansion.
Well, you bought me one, so that counts.
Yeah, I bought you the 4th one on sale.
That's all right. Dude, that's the best value you get.
The best way. Yeah, it was.
I've never heard, like, when usually people, when they do like grab bags or whatever, they go way over. And they're like, you know, I tried to find something, but I had to spend 95. You really got your money's worth.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Xtreme?
I was at a 3 and I stayed at a 3.
Okay. Would you play it?
I would play it with you guys, but I don't see myself going out of my way to get invested into the game.
You had the dwarves. You gave those to me, I think.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. You haven't got anything since then?
No.
Okay. This was my 5. I've actually dropped it to a 4.5. I'll tell you why. First, I haven't played in a long time. But I want to just explain why I docked it 0.5. It is as close to a perfect game as one could get, in my opinion. Why am I not playing? If it's so perfect, if there's a band, you say you love this band, but you don't listen to them. You say, this is my favorite movie. When's the last time you saw it? I don't know, 30 fucking years ago. At a certain point, you got to reevaluate what's at the top of the mountain. And in this case, it is a perfect game. Haven't had the urge to play it. So with that said, it's got to be a 0.5 lower. It's still a great game, but there's, I'd say, at least 5 other games. Well, maybe about 5 that I would rather, if someone said, what would you play? Whatever you pick is the game we play. It's probably 5 or 6. You know what I mean? So for that, it's a perfect game. But from the, what's stopping me? What's the roadblock? Peg warmer, roadblock, 0.5. So we just lost the 5, you guys.
Yeah.
Condolences.
If anyone's curious, at Adepticon, there's a 128 seat tournament and only 40 tickets have been sold.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Great stat, Mike. I expected a good stat from Xtreme, but we're all stats men. And that's a very telling stat because I would imagine in 2019 was the last Adepticon.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that shit sold out. I didn't look, but I bet it sold out in 2019 because it's a very competitive game 3 years ago. Well, a competitive scene occurred 3 years ago, put it that way. Cumulative score, Xtreme, new adjustment?
It was a 3.625. It dropped to a 3.5.
Okay. If anybody asked, better than RideQuest. Boom. That's the only two. Who's asking? A lot of people were asking Xtreme.
Okay. Forget about them.
What do we got next?
Next is Relic Blade.
A Sean Sutter exclusive.
Sean Sutter joint.
Yeah. Are you guys still on his dick or what?
I'm not off his dick, but I haven't jumped on it. Like it's still inside, but it's not up and down, up and down, up and down. You know,
you're not working it, yeah.
Right. So
Mike?
I went from a 4.5 to a 4. Just not that, like, I just see this pile of cards and I go, yeah, I don't even want
Yeah.
What's interesting with Brian's, he started a 4, went to a 4.5 with the first review, then went back to a 4.
Yep.
Which is weird because the original 4 came right after he played it.
Right.
How the fuck did it go up last year?
It's a mystery.
Like, did you like? I mean, were you just having a good day in life that day?
Maybe I might have been. That 0.5 could have been a good mood day.
Yeah,
He was looking at his custom sketch in his rule book, and he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's worth a 0.5."
It
it
is.
was.
Maybe if I ordered something else that they got a custom sketch of.
I want him to like. You remember what were those things they were in? Like those. What are those books that are like crossword activity books? You know that one where it's like a drawing, but you draw just a little piece of it at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should do that. Like
Connect the dots.
every time you buy something, send the book back in and be like, "Would you like a third finger? I'll make that happen today." And he sends it back.
Send a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Send a sassy on that one.
Yeah.
Mike, where are we at for your Relic Blade review?
It stayed consistent 4.5, and the reason for that is I've had the rule book sitting on my dresser next to my nightstand next to my bed
Mhm.
for the last 2 years, and then about 3 months ago I finished a book and was like, I still was awake, so I picked up the rule book and started reading it again. I was like, man, I just like this.
Were you like
So-
half asleep and you just grab whatever?
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's
Well,
in a drawer. Could have been a Bible in a drawer. You didn't know. You were just going to grab whatever's nearby.
Yeah. It was that or Vigilus Unchained or whatever it was.
Right.
But yeah, so it's 4.5 still.
Okay, great score. Extreme.
Mine has been a steady 4 the whole way. This is a game that I've never played, but I would be excited to play. I really like the idea of this game.
The idea of this game. That's a fair point. That's my whole thing too. So 4, steady.
Mhm.
What do I have for this one?
For this one, you went from your first rating for it was a 4, then you reviewed it, dropped it to a 3.5, and now you've dropped it again to a 2.5.
Yep. Bypassed 3. One musicians, I tuned this one full step down, if you will. Haven't played. Mike sent me the cards, PDF. Well, sorry, somebody sent me the cards. What am I saying?
Mike.
I just fucking implicated him on the fucking crime here. I don't have a single model. I thought about buying the pigs, was turned off by the metal. Thought about using other models. I'm like, no. Why should I? Why should I use other models? I should use the ones in this game. Don't want metal. Haven't had the urge to play. Lost interest. Appreciate what he was trying to do. Drop down to below. I would play this game. Extreme, if you said, even you, Extreme, I'm not talking about Biran or Mike. If you, Extreme, said, I want to play this, I actually am going to say, nah, mate.
I'm good.
I mean, I'll suggest something. I'm going to counter offer. I'm not going to say no, like, no, I'll never see you again. But I'm going to counter offer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, but, as opposed to yes, and. Cumulative score?
It was a 4.25, dropped to a 3.75.
Back to reality, Sean. I don't know what that means. But whatever that means. Next.
Rumble Slam.
Ooh, the game of fantasy wrestling or pushing, if you will. Biran?
I gave it a 3 that was the last time I reviewed the reviews. I gave it a 3 and it stayed there.
Okay.
The idea of the game's fun. I still don't like the models because they're fragile. So
Don't like the resin or don't like the look of them?
no, it looks fine. The resin, like I had pieces just break off.
Yeah.
And is that game even still an ongoing concern at this point?
It's just that the second edition came out about a year ago, but
Yeah.
They're still making new stuff. TT Combats, they do their thing where
yeah,
they're like, you know how we joke about, is this game out? They do their thing where we're doing stuff in the background, like minimal acceptable at a job, you know,
Mhm.
the guy who's just collecting paychecks,
Meets
minimal
expectations.
acceptable.
Yep.
They're like, hey man, what's going on? We released a new model last year. Where were you? That kind of thing. Not dead. Mike?
I kept it at a 4. I recently just painted a mini, so that says a lot right there. So
Nice. Which one was it?
is that Macho Man Dwarf?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, It's
great
been
model.
sitting on my painting thing forever, and I was just like, let's do this.
Did the tassels break off or no?
No,
Okay.
they're still there.
I have one, the Pro Painter one I bought, and I am so scared I'm going to witness that breaking because they
Yeah.
look like if I breathe on it, it's going to crack off. Like those should be fucking on, like hanging, but like the bottom of the hang, like one piece to the arm. It's like, man, it looks great model though. Xtreme?
I left it at a 3.5. This is one that I was probably going to drop, but I've actually been thinking about this game a lot in the last week, so it's remained steady at a 3.5.
And what did I have for this one?
For this one, you went from a 4 to a 3.5.
Okay. It's a pretty fun game. I made up my own rules for wrestling game that I don't know, like that I'm trying to, it does not embody pro wrestling to me. It's got like, it's like Biran before he loved Blood Bowl. You know, everyone remember Biran before he loved Blood Bowl? BBB? Biran.
In Blood Bowl.
LB, yeah, years BBY. I like the idea. I like the shit, I just don't like the game. It's a great concept. The mechanics seem weird to me. I don't want a whole team and then the pushing this and that. But at its core, it's still fun. If you play it out of the box, it's still pretty fun. I just think it needs a little more. Great fucking models, great idea, great concept. 3.5 for me. Cumulative score, Xtreme?
Was a 3.625, drops to a 3.5.
Yeah, that's where it should be. That's not, to me, that's not a cumulative over 3.5 game,
Next up is Star Wars Legion.
Some people just call it Legion.
Yeah.
I'm
sticking strong at 4.5. I think it's a really, really good game.
Xtreme, has he been 4.5 the whole time?
Yes.
Wow. Biran, consistency.
Mm-hmm. It's one of my most painted forces I've ever had too.
If the opportunity arose, would you play this game on your next game store trip? Like, no question.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say, no, I don't want to bring a whole army, or no.
Yeah, that could probably come into it.
Okay.
When I play Mike, we play so fast that it feels, no matter how big the scale, it's a skirmish game.
If you know that game pretty well, you can play it fast.
Yeah, you can.
You got to know your guy's special rules without looking it up. But anyway.
Yeah, and just move your guys and then dump the rest. Dump the rest.
Or like say we're only taking one character each, and he's only got like 2 fucking things on his card. Not like a Jedi where he has 12 things to do.
Yeah.
4.5. Great
Taking Veers, deal with
it. Mike?
I'm sticking with 3.5.
Yeah, I remember in this episode, you were like, I don't want to play this game. Was that correct?
Yeah, it just doesn't grab me.
How does it get a 3.5 then, not a 3? I'm curious.
Most likely because everyone else I know likes it. So I'm probably just missing something. So,
okay.
But it doesn't move me like it does you guys.
Peer pressure or veer pressure?
Veer pressure,
or
yes.
Veers.
General Veers, prepare your pressure.
There's 3 jokes. There's a wrestling joke, a Star Wars joke. I love it all in one.
Yeah.
Okay. Mike, peer pressure kicks in. I love that. Easily swayed. What if they've been fucking with you the whole time?
We all hate it, and we're trying to trick them.
Right. Like, dude, let's keep telling Mike it's
dude,
cool.
I'm gonna paint
because I've spent so much on it recently. So.
Right. Like how are you gonna get him if that's the case?
I bought Boss 2 years ago, and that's the last purchase I made.
For one fucking game, he didn't buy anything for you guys.
I have painted one miniature though.
Which one?
I thought you had the Rebels. I thought you had a bunch of the Rebels painted.
No, I have none.
No.
I have the medical droid because I use it in Dead Zone.
Oh, very nice. That's a good model. I just saw they had a Yoda come out too. I didn't even know that was coming out. I thought it was a 3D printed version. That's a real one, I guess. So they're still coming out with shit. Not dead by any means.
No.
Xtreme?
I'm sticking with my 3.
Okay. What happened? You were gung-ho, not the G.I. Joe character, but you were gung-ho on this game for maybe like 20 days. What happened?
Yeah, it was about 20 days. I thought I was going to get into it because there were people playing locally, and I was trying to get into a game that people were actually playing, and it just didn't stick for me. I got everything assembled and primed, and I was like, yeah, I'm kind of over it already.
Did you like binge Clone Wars and said, I'm buying everything today? Is that like what?
I was watching Clone Wars at the time, so that definitely
Yeah,
was
So,
one of the things.
Slide aside, that Obi-Wan trailer looked amazing.
it's great. It's fucking great. Here's one thing that's another aside. Say what you will about anything, Star Wars related, whether prequels, whatever. If you watch Clone Wars and get into it, it makes you like everybody more.
I'll be honest with you. What got me into the game at the very beginning was I started watching Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And
If you hate Anakin, whiny bitch, I fucking hate him. Watch Clone Wars and then you like him. You might not like him again, but if you watch Clone Wars in your head, you're like, this guy's fucking great. Just saying.
I was talking to I was doing some of the terrain weekends at Adepticon, and a lot of these guys have kids. And these kids that are like 10 and under, Star Wars to them is Clone Wars.
Yep.
That is it.
Yep.
And all these things are just characters that were in Clone Wars now in a movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? That's a nice, untainted approach to Star Wars. From a child's eyes. You know what I mean? And then you get that child around their dad's friends and they're gonna be fucked up.
We're fucking Mary Sue, and they're like, "Who's Mary Sue?"
They're gonna hate everything. So Xtreme, sticking with the 3. You now question, during these 20 days, we didn't review it then, did we?
No, it was after.
Yeah, and I would have loved to see that boner that day. If we did a review during that 20, man, could you imagine? You would have given it a fucking 6.
I don't know about that.
Inch. I have this at what?
You have this at a 4.5.
Yeah. There's no way I can lower this score. It is the best battle game, in my opinion, on the market. It's if there's
I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that.
if there's only one knock, that would be like, if you don't play often, you're gonna have to reference the reference guide a lot, and the reference guide is an ever-changing PDF that's like a fucking 100 pages. But if you play a few games, once a week for 3 weeks, you're gonna be good. If you don't switch out your commander and that kind of thing. But at its core, it's very smooth, it's very easy, and it feels like, if in case of the prequel stuff, it feels like a Clone Wars episode. In the case of the original trilogy, it feels like the battles you wish you could have seen. So
You initially gave it a 3.5 though.
because I didn't play it when we
Right.
first did it.
Okay.
You're right. No,
Star Wars
Mike,
skeptic.
Mike, that's fine. Call me out on that shit. We reviewed that game, and I remember this. In fact, I remember the fucking episode because it was when I was in the downstairs of our Colorado house and I had nothing in the background. And I felt like a fucking asshole. And I was trying to do the TV thing in the background. Why do I remember that? Doesn't matter. You guys were all like, yeah, it's great. And I'm like, because I was already quitting painting. And I'm like, I got some stuff I bought. I hope it's good. I didn't have the balls to go over 3.5 that day because I didn't play an actual game. Do I wish I did? Maybe, but that's why we have episodes like this, to right the wrongs of our past, like an episode of Quantum Leap, you guys.
Oh boy.
Hoping that the next leap might be the leap home. So yeah, Mike, played 3.5. I'll tell you what, 3.5 without ever playing it, that's kind of money. Just saying, never played it. It's a 4.5. I don't see any way it can go down. That's what she said. Game's on Viagra. 4.5 hours. Okay.
So there was no change from anybody, so it stayed at a 3.875.
Number one game so far?
So far.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Yes.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the new adjustments. Next up is
What did you say? With
Warcry.
nudist? What did you say?
With
New
the new
adjustments.
adjustments.
Oh, it says a nudist.
Yeah.
That's
Next up is Warcry, which will not be knocking that off. It's top spot.
Warcry.
The
Anyone
more I
here?
think about Warcry, the more I get angry about it. Because
I agree.
You cry.
I did. Sometimes I cry. Like if I'm watching Rudy and I had a few pops in me,
Yeah.
Pops.
Yeah.
barley pops.
I
I'm
can
not
see
made of stone.
you what?
I'm not made of stone.
No.
I have feelings.
Um,
The symbol, like the super over the top of trying to make it language neutral. pisses me off. The
It-
symbols
it-
being almost identical on the damn cards
Yes.
pisses me off.
It resulted in cards you're going to throw away or use for other things.
I'm currently using those cards as dry palettes for painting.
I'm using one of the big ones, like on a hot summer day. If I decide to put my scrotum on like the pavement, I'm gonna like scrape it up with that.
Use it, yeah. It's just, I know Uncle Adam from Tabletop Menus it's still his favorite game, but he's playing just with the regular forces and stuff. So
He said that's his favorite game?
It seemed, I think it is.
Oh wow, I always thought Kill Team was his favorite.
No, I think he likes Warcry even more.
Oh.
But
he wasn't too keen on the new Kill Team because he had his old Kill Team teams that
they're no longer legal. Yeah,
dude, I love it. We all love that guy, but he has biased shit too. He's mad at converted dudes. He's mad because they use symbols. You know what I mean? So
he doesn't like special dice. But
Warcry is all fucking symbols.
Yeah, it's
whatever.
But he uses this regular forces and not just the weird chaos gangs. Maybe they balance that out better now in the newer edition. I just can't bother to even look.
Yeah,
because it was not balanced before.
There's a new edition of Warcry.
They've come out with every year they update the stats.
Yeah.
So no, but
same game though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
like because I tried doing the fishy elves, and I took the flyers, and they were just so overpowered, and I'm like, I don't want to play this, and I don't want to play against this.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they
zip across the table while I'm slowly walking up a ladder.
Yeah, especially the chaos like brutish guys. Oh my god, they're so slow.
Ogor.
Yeah.
He's like, and then you're like, I win, and you're like, I got the fucking flag or whatever. Like,
and so it's so weird. It's like, oh, these guys don't come in until turn 2, but the's only like what 3 turns in the game. It's like,
yeah.
I don't understand. Like, to me, that game, it's like it should have succeeded, but there's so many spots where it was like a fail.
Well, they're like, oh, this is my sword team, and this is my what the fuck is this?
No reason for
team
that.
A and B.
Nope. There's no reason for that. Also, in my opinion, outside of a feeder game for AOS, there's zero reason to put army lists of other armies in there. Yeah. Make it a chaos themed game like the rule book says.
And I think the chaos teams were better balanced overall.
They
weren't even
yes. Yeah.
They had problems too.
Yeah, it was meant to be out of the box. We're all sort of the same. We all got a couple tough guys. We all got a couple quick guys. I mean, they had their own like shtick, like a Necromunda thing, but like they were essentially like 8 dudes or whatever. And
but I just think like, okay, they show, and here's something GW just does that pisses me off. When they show you the layout of a board, they go, what is the least amount of information as far as measurements go that I can give you that you can extrapolate what the other ones are?
Right.
I'm not here to do fucking algebra. Just tell me where to put the shit.
Yeah, their diagrams are horrible. They never give anything.
And I don't like splitting the force, and then you don't know which one's going to be what because it's kind of randomized. I didn't like that.
Yeah. This is the one where when we talked about last time, was I complaining about the number of wounds and all that stuff too? I think we're talking about that.
Yeah.
So this, and that's my own thing. I just on paper, this game should fucking kick ass.
Yep.
Like it looks fucking awesome.
Well, because remember before that there was the Age of Sigmar skirmish game that was shit. It was like a 3-page
shit.
It was garbage.
Yeah. Then there was the whole debacle with the terrain, and you have to watch a video to do it right. And
because the instructions were wrong.
But I mean, look at the concept of these chaos war bands, and your doubles do this, your triples do this. There's all these cool concepts. It's just, in my opinion, a poor execution overall, and a poor scope from a marketing standpoint. Like, what are you going for?
Yeah.
Is it a feeder? Is it its own game? I don't know. Is there? Do you guys ever see people playing this game at your local stores?
No.
Ever.
No.
I see the terrain on the table.
Yeah, for other stuff.
For Frostgrave and shit, but not for
Yeah.
So
I initially had no interest in this game until I read about the mechanics and all these other cool things. I was like, yeah, I was super into it. And then when I played it, I'm like, it just didn't do what I thought it would do. So,
and it's really it's a more fun game if you're playing a chaos like in the box.
Yeah.
I just think it's so weird. To Biran's point, I played one with those what are the big dryad guys, the big trees?
Yeah, the Kurnoth hunters.
Those seem way fucking OP. But it's like, how are those in here? How are those in this game? This should be like 8 chaos thugs.
Yeah.
That should be the game.
because the premise is they're trying to get Acheron's attention.
Trying to please
Why
him.
would why would the Sylvaneth want that?
Yeah.
Right. So I think that was the downfall. I don't know. I like the people enjoyed probably, oh, I could use my own stuff, but I don't know. It just was a bad execution. So anyway, Xtreme, anything on this one?
I don't think we did our scores, but
Okay, well, I just meant, well, we did kind of you know.
I mean, I saw the same feelings I did before. It looks super cool, but I have no interest in the game.
Yeah, I went down to a 2. Well, I went 2.5 to 2 to 2.
2.5 to 2 to 2. Okay. Mike?
I went from a 3 to a 2.5, and the only reason I didn't go to a 2 is just because I like the new spider guys.
I think
Okay.
the models
They're
look great.
Still
A lot of the
coming
models are
out
awesome.
with great models.
I don't know if I saw those guys yet. The last ones I saw were the Fire Chaos guys,
Yeah,
which is a while ago, I guess, but
that was the dungeon one,
okay.
which I foolishly bought because I want it to be good, and I've yet to open the box. So it's been a year and a half
Classic
ago.
Valdric.
Also, side note, what's the deal with repackaging terrain and throwing
Yeah.
the fucking cards in there? Like,
Yeah.
you're not playing this game on that, what's that, like, little marble staircase thing? You're not playing this game on a flat surface. Why would they
Yeah.
even come out with that?
Yeah, that was bullshit.
The graveyard, maybe, but also, we already got a graveyard. Give me the fucking cards, dude. Anyway,
Yeah.
Extreme?
I stayed at a 2.
Okay, what do I have?
You have
3.
3.
Oh, 3 now?
It's always been.
It was
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe there's hope in there. Maybe I gave it a 0.5 hope because I want to like it.
Yeah,
Maybe-
that's
maybe
me too.
Maybe a new book one day. I don't know. I want to like it. Hey,
So-
you know what? 2023, it might be a 2.5. We'll see next year.
It was a 2.5. It is now a 2.375.
Oh, current worst game. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
by
okay.
far.
Legion is best. Warcry's worst. Take note of that, people. We're going to quiz you
far.
later. So far,
This
So
next
far.
one's gonna break
This
the
next
mold.
one's going to be crazy.
is it Blood
Yes.
Bowl?
It is Blood Bowl.
Don't we have a whole episode on that?
Couple,
We've
yeah.
had multiple episodes on Blood Bowl.
No. What the fuck?
We've
We
had
told
3.
everyone we're not a Blood Bowl show anymore. And now look.
We've had 3, basically.
I know. It's crazy.
So I famously started as a 1, kind of as that's what was expected of me.
Yeah, it was a heel move.
Yeah. And I moved to a 1.5 because I was a little more generous. I'm all the way up to a 3 now.
Look at you.
I
Big
mean, I
jump.
know I'm balls deep and past the knot and everything into it. But I still have to be honest that the core game still has problems for me. But I had a lot of fun at Winter Wizards Bowl.
You
I had a
gave
lot
it a 1. And realistically, you were doing that as a goof to be funny.
Right. Yeah.
Realistically, should that have been a 2?
Yes.
Way that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you still go 2 points higher to make it a 4 if you did that?
I would not.
Okay.
It's not a 4 yet. We'll see.
Okay. Just checking.
But it's
all you
also
talk-
it's also
all you
thinking
talk about.
Yeah.
That's
it's
your,
also
that's
thinking
your-
about the games that spawned off of it that I like more than Blood Bowl.
Sure. And those will have their own ratings. But Blood Bowl for you is a 3.
Yep.
Hey, I'm just saying, if you're watching this and you're an old school Zlurpcast fan from the old Blood Bowl days, the old show, this is like a born again Blood Bowl coach.
Yeah.
Like, we took this guy who just despised, he thought the viewer, he thought you were despicable.
Yeah.
He
Deplorable.
the
Deplorable.
fucking deplorables. He made a team called the Deplorables and he named a guy on there after you.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 69, it was 00. That's how little it thinks of you.
But I'm kind of shocked how supported this game is from GW with constant releases. And it's always been one of the most popular games around me of people I know who play it. Even when it was a dead game, it was popular.
Yeah.
Um,
Some people want it to be dead still.
Yep. The lore is fun. The books are great. I love the books. The newer teams, I love that necromantic team. That might be the next one I paint after I finish my wood elves. But no, I'm looking forward to our special event we have coming up.
Yeah.
Halfway there for my forces being painted.
We'll see you at Super Bowl, right?
No.
Come on.
I hear it's sold
Yeah.
out.
I want one win under my belt automatically.
What if I roll my ass and beat you? You'll never talk to me again.
Yeah, it's a win. I told you I wanted to win under my belt. If that's what it takes to get rid of you, then so be it. It's like when someone owes you money and you don't like them, it's worth it to say, this guy owes me $50, but he's a piece of shit. Keep it and never have to talk to him again.
Right.
You know, that's you. That's you.
I'm still waiting on my Maelstrom Gaming Blitzball 7s, Matt, but he actually replied to me in IM. So
They do great work, but it might have to wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Passionate
4 steps
amateurs,
ahead.
as Todd calls them, I think.
Xtreme, what?
You're 4 steps ahead of me. You got to reply.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not doing a custom one. I'm doing one that probably requires less work.
I bought one off the website and I had 0 issues. But hey,
I did too. And it showed as in stock. So
me too. Mean guy, I don't know what to tell you, man. Privileges.
yeah. Mike and I have to schedule our dream date where we actually figure out how to play 7s again.
Oh yeah, we'll get that soon.
Hobie is interested in trying out Blood Bowl. And
If you play with Mike, you could get it done in 7 minutes.
that's true.
Exactly.
You know,
7 minutes is generous.
But I'm gonna play. I'm not gonna play as a goof. I won't have my Crocs score trying to pick up the ball.
All right.
I'll be less salty when things don't go my way. When I try to win, versus when I'm just playing as a goof.
we'll make sure you get to play Josh at some point. I love how he talks shit on your post. Josh Alder's like, what? You Blood Bowl?
I thought I
Whoa.
whipped that desire off your face.
Where is Biran and what did you do with him?
He's the one that made me hate Blood Bowl.
I know. Does he know he's the villain in the story?
I don't know. I don't think he watches this. So
No, he doesn't. Mike, Blood Bowl, where are you at?
I had a 3.5, and I was kind of down on it, mostly just during COVID, whatever. I wasn't playing it, but now that I've been playing a little bit more, and I'm excited about it again. So, yeah.
Nice. Xtreme.
Not to be a spoiler, but I'm the only one that did not increase my score. I stayed consistent at a 4.
Okay, well, did you ever take out your rib and suck your own dick? Because that's what you're doing right now. Just like
I've always loved Blood Bowl.
yeah, Xtreme. I've always loved it. You've never had that, never lost that love and feeling with Blood Bowl?
What if instead of Blood Bowl, it was fumble and you don't score a single touchdown?
Whoa.
I wouldn't be here right now on this podcast.
You know what? Biran, great idea. Add fumble to the list to review upcoming episodes.
-7.
Xtreme's going to give a score equal to his touchdown count. No, Xtreme, I'm all joking aside. You've been consistent with Blood Bowl. We've all sort of wavered. And, you know,
We're a more fickle bunch than you.
we're a fickle bunch. You're like, I love this fucking game. Sometimes the game doesn't love me back, but most of the time it does. The community loves you. That's important.
Am I the only one that thinks this Nuffle shit is bullshit? And I wish people would stop. Oh, Nuffle got you. Meh, meh.
I
For
don't
the
No, I
Lord.
rolled poorly.
know. I don't know. I
Did
don't
you know?
Huh?
Because Nuffle has a plan for you, Biran.
That's right. Have you
He
read
doesn't
the good?
understand it.
Part of Nuffle's plan.
Is there a, by the way, I never asked this to the lore. Is there like a opposite, like an anti-Nuffle?
No,
No?
no.
Oh, what a cool character we could come up with.
Chaz?
Yeah, I guess that what he was. He was sort of like
Nuffle's son?
yeah. He's half demon, right? Or was that the story? Was he
Well,
like
he's half of Nuffle. He's Nuffle's son, so
wait, I don't remember the story. Did Nuffle fuck like a
his
devil?
mother.
No, but
Because
what?
it was one of the 4 chaos gods was going to be
Oh,
Nuffle.
it was a chaos god.
Was
right.
going to be Chaz's dad, and then it turned out to be Nuffle.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I never had an actual end to the story.
So is Nuffle sort of like one of
Gave
the
it to Katie, and then that whole thing that kind of
I was just hoping. I don't know the end. Like it was like a writer, and I can't figure out an end, so I just gave my book away. I was
like
hoping.
lost.
I was hoping Mike would like swoop in and say like some like what's the chaos dwarf god? What's that one called?
Hashut.
Yeah, I'd be like actually it's a should. No,
It's a should.
everyone-
It's got
So
the
is
biggest dick.
Nuffle
right.
like one of the side gods, like the horned rat and Gorka Morka? Is he like of that stature?
He's actually not in that group. But he's
No,
also yes,
It's
he's like people consider him part of the Warhammer, but he's not. He's its own thing.
Yeah.
It's so stupid though, because he's not even a god. It's just NFL Nuffle.
Extreme.
Holy shit!
Extreme, can we play along? Jeez. What a party. He's like, do you ever see his name?
You just blew my mind. I had no idea that was.
Yes, when they found the original
Seriously?
rulebook for the NFL,
Yes.
they mispronounced it wrong and called it Nuffle.
No, Biran,
I
you
didn't
knew
know
this.
that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Where'd you think it came from?
I thought it was
NFL,
just
no.
it sounded like a nurgly dwarf name to me.
No, it's 100% trying to pronounce NFL.
And now
Yeah.
it makes even more sense because the Brits had all the wrong ideas about American football. So maybe they thought NFL was an acronym that you pronounce.
I also
So it makes
want to know.
sense.
Like
On-
NAF.
Well, I was gonna say on that note, the NAF thing isn't NAF in British slang for like shitty? Like, oh, that's really NAF.
Or is that fag?
No,
that's
that's
bundle of
cigarettes.
sticks.
No, I thought NAF meant like, oh, it's real NAF. I thought that was like another joke maybe we don't get, where it was like, let's take it a step further, name it Nuffle more, because it was Jervis, but like taking that anyway.
So, but
Go
what if I was
within
more of a
things.
fan of like the Washington Generals and stuff, and I wanted the Usiful?
Useful. Yeah. So anyway, Biran just got enlightened a little bit. I love that on the show. Extreme as a 4, it's consistent. Where am I at?
You went from a 3 to a 3.5.
Yeah, I'm back in. How about that? No further story needed. It's not my favorite. Everyone calm down. I'm not like, driving 6 states away but I'm going to play in the tournament and have some fun. That's all.
So it went from a 2.875 up to a 3.5. It's a pretty big
Wow.
jump.
Yeah.
Congrats
Most
to Nuffle.
improved. Most
Yeah.
improved game, I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Biran's a coach now, everybody.
What? I thought you paid inducements to get a coach.
Those are assistant coaches.
Oh,
Yeah.
so do I have to bring like Sarlo as
But
an assistant
They used to say no model for the coach because it was you, but now there is a model for the coach
in case you get kicked off?
and then you
Right.
take it away, which like, where do you put it in your butt? Like it's still there.
No, you have to build a locker room.
That's what I was thinking, or like have him go into the stands and then sit in the stands and pout and then start yelling stuff. Something that like,
Doesn't that weird pitcher do stuff like that? Who's that weirdo pitcher?
is there a pitch? I don't know.
We need more than that.
Yeah.
I'll think about it 2 days later.
I was thinking about maybe like Extreme's favorite basketball game where the crowd had some interaction with the players too.
Was that in Detroit?
That actually works into Blood Bowl. I was at a Blood Bowl tournament when that happened. I was playing a game in the lobby with a very slow player, and I was watching the basketball game over his shoulder as we were playing.
And then did you act on that too in the same manner?
No, I wish I would have. And it was in Detroit, so it wasn't that far away from
Wow.
the whole thing.
Okay.
It was at an Underworld Cup.
I was
What
gonna
was
say, what tournament was that in Detroit?
Zach Greinke. Zach Greinke was the one I'm thinking.
Who?
Pitcher.
Pitcher.
He's crazy. Yeah.
He got thrown out of a game and he went and sat in the stands and heckled.
Hmm.
I've heard.
Biran's looking for sports cred right now. Don't give it to him.
It was a YouTube
Next
death
up-
spiral that led me to watching
Right.
hours of videos about him.
Next up is Blitzball.
Ooh, the board game counterparts of Blood Bowl. Not a feeder game. Its own thing, like David S. Pumpkins. It's its own thing, man.
Not Jesse Plimpkin, aka Fat Matt Damon.
No, just Jesse Blumpkin, I believe.
Is that when you poop and get a blowjob at the same time?
That's where you have to get a blowjob on the
Chris and
toilet.
Dirks, yeah.
Blowjob on the toilet while watching a movie with Jesse Plumpkin. Is it Jesse Blumpkin?
Or Friday Night Lights, either one.
Yeah.
When he's thin, then, but yeah.
So was my turd, Mike. So
Yeah.
was my turd. Biran Blitzball rating.
Stuck with a 4. Still there.
You still love it.
Haven't
Wow.
played in a while, but we're gonna play it. We're gonna
Yep.
play it soon.
Okay.
I might
Well,
actually order if Maelstrom Gaming actually gets back to me and ships me my 7s mat. I'm gonna order their Blitzball mat.
I let it go the first time. Maelstrom, not Storm.
Maelstrom. Whatever.
That's why the guy hasn't returned your emails.
Well, maybe
They have
no,
a Blitzball mat?
yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got a place to put the cards and everything.
Nice.
Is it where are the things on there? The statues.
I think I'll have to check.
Isn't that the advantage of the regular board though? You get 2 in 1.
Yeah.
I would have why not make it with no obstacles and just put a thing there? You can put them wherever you want, right?
Yeah.
Just a thought. Mike?
I stuck with 4. I've actually played it recently, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How you played?
Within the last year. So.
Did you play with Katie?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had fun, right?
Oh yeah, it's a good game, and yeah, I like it.
Now Xtreme, they're coming out with the ultimate version or whatever you said.
Yeah.
I hope they bring all the teams in. That'd be cool.
I hope so. It does look like it's going to be Barnes and Noble still.
That's fine.
So,
Yeah, that's fine.
I-
Needed.com works.
Says the spoiled Americans. That's fine.
Americans and Germans are fine with it. It's just the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I bet you that's one of the first things people do from other countries when they come to like Chaos Cup is like, take me to Barnes and Noble.
Yeah. Well, when Gavin came, I took him to Sport Mart to buy a
Sport Mart. Buy 20 footballs.
Yep.
Yeah, and those were real footballs at about
The
100
authentics, yeah.
Yeah.
$100 each. So
Jesus.
yeah,
Good on him.
yeah, good for him. I'm jealous. Xtreme Blitzball.
I dropped mine a little bit from a 4 to a 3.5. It's a little bit of a harder sell to get me to play this over Blood Bowl.
Doesn't count in the NAF rankings.
Not yet.
Yeah, good point. There could be a category for that.
Sure.
There's one for Dungeon Bowl. Why not? There's one for Beach Bowl, for fuck's sake.
There's one for Fumble, and that's not real. Show me the code. Show me the fucking dice roll, the code.
I rolled 87 ones in a row. This game's bullshit.
It was written in BASIC, so remember that.
But an Atari cartridge basic with a joystick.
Right, it was probably, and it's like, go to 40, roll a 1 when it's my turn. It says that, go to on there. Xtreme, what did I have?
You went from a 4 to a 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 because I played a bunch. I don't even own the game anymore. This is me.
But your teams are in fact still within the family.
Who? No, I gave. Well, I don't know who got it at the auction.
I have no idea.
No, I got your humans and your dwarves.
Oh yeah, I know, but I had a bunch more.
Yeah, you had a bunch. Yeah, because that was like, I kept telling people at the auction, by the way, this is a hidden gem. Look at the Blitzball. There's full teams there, and people were like, "Oh, that's a good deal." And I was like, "Yes, it is. Bid on it."
So it was all for a great cause.
Yes, it was.
I gave him away. Mike was the hype man, and Xtreme. I hope you use that money to get something nice. Did you buy like a new body part at all?
Yeah, new colon.
Yeah,
New butt?
got
New
sewn
butt.
together.
Did you get a new butt off
A
eBay?
new hole in my body.
Yes.
Did you get your stoma? Do you have a stoma yet?
What's a stoma?
Do you still watch
Stoma
it?
is where your new poop comes out.
Yes.
No, thankfully I didn't need one of those.
What do you mean by new poop?
Well, because it stops coming out your butthole, so it's fresh.
Oh.
Every poo is new though.
Right.
Just saying.
But this is newer because it
Newer.
doesn't sit in
It's
your
fresher.
rectum for a while.
newer pooer.
Yeah, straight from the intestine, man.
Anyway, still a fun game. I don't even own it anymore. I'll play it, but I realized that I liked it a lot because it was not Blood Bowl.
Mhm.
But now I don't like it as much because it's not Blood Bowl.
So
That's
this
deep
game
over.
went from a 4 to a 3.625.
Ooh, man. Barnes and Noble's gonna go out of business after this fucking episode.
Well, why are they going to every time you're at Barnes and Noble, the thing's on blast out clearance where people are like, I could buy 2 Blitzball teams and that's a full box of
I want to
Blitzball.
know how they pay their fucking rent. Is because it's only Blitzball sales. The only reason to go there.
Every
And
time I go there, I never find any Blitzball there, though.
I just go to that section at the front with the fucking maps. The weird section.
I go to the section right at the door of books they don't care if get stolen.
I like, here's where the
Cool.
ghosts live in your state. Those kind of weird books at the front.
Yeah.
The Historical Society of Schaumburg.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's what's great about Roselle. Like,
Nothing. Next.
Grognard's there? I don't know. All right, Xtreme. Total is what?
We already covered it. A 4 to a 3.625.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. Okay.
Next up is another fun one, 40K.
Barando?
I went from a 3.5 to a 2.5.
Whoa.
You did?
He just changed it as a cheater.
I was going to say, did
Changed it
you just
again.
update that?
Yes.
Because
was
I
just thinking
downloaded
about
this
it.
like an hour ago,
Yeah.
and
I did it just a second ago.
You can tell Mike's older. Mike's older because he downloaded it.
and
well, I
printed it
couldn't
out.
get the split screen, so I could still have the top header. Yeah. I don't know how to do that in Google Sheets. But anyways,
It is easier in Excel to work with it. I agree.
fuck yeah.
Biran, come on. As a goof, or is this real?
It's the only reason it gets any score is because the lore and I like reading about it, but just the thought of showing up at Grognard's with a full battle foam case, laying it all out and playing fills me with dread.
Wow. Okay. Is that because it's a lot of models or because the rules or everything?
It's the rules and it's bloated. And I see people playing next to me and I'm like, that doesn't look fun. I saw an entire game and I'm pretty sure neither side moved a model.
For some reason,
I saw there were two games going on. Okay. One table was Tau versus Tau. The other table was Tau versus Tyranids, I think. And it was one Tau player complaining about the other Tau player about the Tau being overpowered, and the Tyranid player complaining about the Tau player being overpowered.
The Tau is the latest book out.
it's kind of like a premise to a joke. You're like, one Tau player says to the other Tau player,
you're overpowered, Tau. So that one table was whoever shot first won. The other table was the Tau one.
My take on 40K is it reminds me of food heated up. I'll explain. Just make this analogy up just now. When it's my food, it smells good. When it's someone else's food, it smells bad.
It's like they're cooking up cat vomit in the shared microwave.
When I'm playing 40K, I have fun. When I look at other people playing 40K, it does not look like fun. That's just something I noticed. It's like I don't understand why everyone looks miserable and why they're playing douche moves. Is it like win at all cost, whatever? I have fun with it though, but I also only play cool people. I don't know.
And that one I'm willing to change on if something happens, but I still love my models. I like my salamander army and I'll still add to it, but
okay.
I don't know, man. I just don't.
2.5.
Yeah.
It's going down. Games Workshop, they're going to need your business.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to make it. It's like when you're going to leave a Facebook group, you got to announce your departure.
Or sorry for my racist outburst, but
fuck this game. I'm leaving. I wanted everyone to know. Send. Mike.
I went from a 3.5 to a 2.5, and the only reason I didn't go to a 2 is because I do like the models, and if something cool comes out, like Kill Team models, those were amazing, and I bought them for the models. But I will probably use them to play other games.
You guys are addicted to the models. Fair to say?
Yep.
Yeah, they're good. A lot of them are.
Like, I don't want to ever play this game ever again. I'm gonna keep buying this.
I'm going to be honest with you, and you can shit on me all you want. I put in a special order for Firefight because Mantic does good rules.
Yeah.
And there are direct analogs. You can say what you want about that, but I will use my 40K orcs to play Firefight if it's good, and if I can find Ryan to play with, and give it a shot.
Mike,
here's my orc. Can you see him?
It's a safe.
No, the other ones are just the battle suit's bad.
Yeah. Mike, you don't have to worry about giving you the business for that. We say in jest or in gist that having a little fun. I hope it works out. I hope
I really do. Yeah.
The bigger question is it firefights or irefy?
Yeah, it's Firefire. That's the Scottish
Firefire, yeah.
I lost the F and the T on my version of it. Irefy! There was an irefy!
Anyways,
okay.
I did give it a 2.5 just based on the models. I despise the lore. I know I'm in the minority there, but I like the models. And it's so a part of my culture that it is what
How do you not still have it some score, right?
Yeah.
Xtreme.
I went from a 1.5 down to a 1.
All right. How come that's not blue on the spreadsheet?
What are you talking
It
about?
will be. Give me 1 second.
Ones are blue
Yeah, for like my balls.
because you only have one.
Yeah. 1.5.
If you only have one ball, when you like just say like, "Oh, I don't want that guy to kick me in the ball," like we say balls all the time.
I went to grade school with a guy named Ron Call who had one of his testicles removed, and he would say that. He goes, "Oh, I got kicked in the ball," just to
What's his name? Ron what?
Cull, Cull.
Hmm.
His doctor told him because he drank too much soda pop.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, I know. It's total. And even at 5th grade, I was like, this is bullshit.
Because
But-
Mike would have no balls at this point.
I would have no dick, no nothing, no stoma even.
Is it safe to say that because of this this biological inaccuracy is the reason why you chose the career you did?
No.
Like, I had no interest in this, but I have to get to the bottom of this, and the only way is to study biology. Everybody.
But I will say that a lot of bullshit that I learned growing up and I knew was bullshit just immediately is part of why I went into it. So yeah.
Like
Harry
if you
Palms?
swallow gum, it's in your stomach for
What
7
about
minutes.
Harry Palms?
Yeah. You'll
blind?
go blind?
Go blind?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just saying. Vacuum
Not
cleaner?
jerking off.
Vacuum cleaner? Oh, is that just me? Whatever.
Sock
Yeah.
full of mayonnaise? What?
That could be used as a weapon if you have a lot of mayonnaise in there.
Mhm.
A mad ball, if you will. Over to me.
Yeah.
You remained consistent at a 4.
It is your blood bowl.
What can I say? It's like, take one of Mike's points. It's been a part of my life for so long. That counts for something. When I play, I still have fun. What can I say? It does look miserable, and there are a fuck ton of shitbags playing, but I made it my own, and I have fun with it. And I don't see it ever going lower. How can it? How can it? I'll still pick it to play. Again, who's asking? And do we have enough time to play? That's part of it too, I guess. Because it's not it's a 3-hour fucking game, even if I know it.
Minimum.
Even if I know everything. So minimum. So it's gotta be like the right, it's like a situational 4, put it that way. But the lore's in it, the history's in it. I don't even know if you truly break it down if I would know all you guys without some 40K. Because there was a Blood Bowl connection early on. You know what I mean? So
What's your current army, would you say?
I still got Eldar. I only have one army now. I trimmed it down. So I've got Eldar, Heather has sisters, and
You get rid of the Templars? Or is that Heather?
she had those years ago. Yeah, I got rid of those. Yeah. Those were those Black Templars were. So I first
you were
I had space. Oh, you mean Raven Guard?
Raven Guard, yeah.
Raven Guard are gone. Space Wolves are gone. It's just one thing I learned, and it's not to dwell too much on this game, but like I do think Primaris Space Marines are cool, but to me, that's a kill team. I don't think playing an army of Space Marines is fun. I realize that that's not fun to me because it's kind of like, I know it's going to sound shitty because I'm not even that good at the game, but it feels like it's on easy mode. When you play Space Marines, it feels like I'm like the cheat code's in because you can just stand there and shoot and do nothing and make everybody else do it. It wasn't fun to me. So I have way more fun with the non-Space Marine armies. And so I ended up just dropping it down. One, the main reason, honestly, is it wasn't to, didn't need the money or I just wanted I want to know that when it comes time to play, I know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. That's it. So one army for me, one army for Heather. And when we play, we have our armies. We have enough stuff where they all feel different each time, but I can't go back and forth. Like, you got the orcs. And then the orcs too. Like, how fun in my head does that seem like playing a whole army of orcs? But then when you actually do it, it's like, I got to like hold them in my shirt and like fucking dump them out, on the table. It's just, gotta have fun the way you have fun. So total score Xtreme?
It was a 3.125. It dropped to a 2.625.
Ooh.
New worst?
Nope,
Oh yeah.
no. Warcry
Warcry.
still the worst.
Oh, Warcry's still lower. You're right. You're right.
All
But
right.
we're less than a third of the way through this list. FYI.
All right, we'll go faster.
Next up is Dreadball.
Hmm.
I started at 3.5, went to a 4, and stuck with a 4. I think it's a very well designed game. I think the models all look like shit.
I stuck with the 4. I would play that anytime someone said, "Hey, you want to play Dreadball?" I would say yes. I'm not as down on the models as Biran is, but Blood Bowl models are better. However, I'd rather play a fun game with shitty models than a shitty game with cool models. So,
Okay.
yeah.
I stuck with a 3 the whole way.
What do I have, Xtreme?
You went from a 3.5 down to a 3.
It's okay. Designed well. I have no desire to play. Here's my mat right now. It's a fucking mat that I'm using to do like gaming, modeling on it. It's like Biran. It's his mouse pad.
Yep.
How much do you love a game when the fucking components become like, what you put your computer on?
Yep.
Your wet palette, yeah.
Yeah. That's Death Path. You know what I mean? That's that level. New score, Xtreme?
It was a 3.625. It dropped to a 3.5. Still a good score.
Still really good. Next.
Super Show.
Super Show. I gave it a 2. It's a simple game people take too seriously.
Mike?
I stuck at a 4. I still like the idea of it. I played it a while ago with Katie, and I keep saying we should play that again, but we just never really seem to get around to it. But I say that about a lot of games, but I like the idea of it, and I like the fact that we have kind of an in with the creator. That's kind of cool, and I will support him, but I don't play it as much as I would like to.
Did you back the current Kickstarter?
Yes,
Me too.
but at the
30
basic box level,
30
not the
bucks, me
balls
too.
deep level.
Yeah, we did the fucking $30 just as
Exactly. Because again, he's been very supportive of us, and so I will be supportive of him. But I can't go much more than that anymore.
Right. Well, I have no desire to collect more cards. So.
Yeah, and it got like way beyond me. Like I couldn't tell if these are fakes or if these are real, if they're skins or they're real. And I guess most of them were real. So it's
I think it's like an 8-bit game now. I don't even get how everything works, but Xtreme
I remained at a 4.
still.
Yep.
Very nice. Where am I at?
You went from a 4 to a 3.5.
And originally it was a 4.5, wasn't it?
yes.
Yes.
Downward spiral there. I don't see it ever going lower than 3.5. Really, really fun game. Like Mike said, we're part of it. It's wrestling. It's cool. But I got 8 decks. I can see them over there. They're built. They're done. They will never be added to. They will never be changed. I might add I got a Danhausen card. I might add a new character, but I'm not collecting cards anymore. I'm done with that. So
We're also in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, and we're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So that's
Do you?
I
I
should
think
have
my
thought of
favorite
that.
part is the weirdos putting inappropriate comments about his wife. That was a nice treat on the Facebook groups.
I like that he recently told everyone to stop doing Facebook Lives. Like, enough.
Don't talk.
Just write your post. It's Facebook.
I enjoy the aftermath posts that you sometimes send us clips of. Like, guys, I'm sorry. I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
It's a lot of apologies.
Yeah.
And
If I
sometimes
apologize-
you don't even know what the original thing was. And
I just would have quit. If I had apologized that many times,
Yeah.
man, maybe it's not the right scene for me, Anyway. Xtreme total score?
It was a 3.5. It dropped to a 3.375.
Still really good. Number 1 card game on our list.
I believe so.
It's the only one.
We have some good ones coming up here. Next up is Dead Zone.
Okay.
So I started Dead Zone at a 3. It's one of those games where if you asked us right when we kind of met and started playing, I'd have probably given it a 5. I was in love with it. It's still where it was at version 2 for me. It's seems similar. I don't know. I was committed just to using the stuff I already had put together and paying for Forge Fathers, but then I picked up the Artificer box, opened it up, looked at the resin Doc Ock arms, and said, "Nope," shut it and put it away. So it went down. It didn't go up, I should say, even though I've been playing it a lot, to 3.5.
Okay.
I gave it a 4.5, and surprisingly, I was this close to giving it a 5.
Whoa.
To me, this is a game that I will play at any time. I've been playing it with 5 different forces, and all of them feel different, but they're all fun. And I just adore this game.
Wow. Mike.
So this, unlike Kings of War, this one could have been a 5. But
Anyone predict that Mike's almost 5 would have been a sci-fi game? Not me.
no, me neither. But yeah, the only thing, it's a little, some of the models are a little or they don't have them all out, but
Derpy, derp or whatever. Derp.
yeah, a little derpy. But again, I was actually shocked that I really enjoy the Enforcers, the Space Marines of the Dead Zone world. And so yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's cool.
I remained at a 4. I think these are, outside of Space Hulk, my favorite sci-fi rules of any game.
Yeah.
What did I have, Xtreme?
You went from a 4 to a 3.5.
Only dropped at 0.5. No knock on the game. It's a very well done game. Hey, I was part of some of the rules. I just haven't played it, and I don't feel the need to. It does suffer from the hard to get things going. If I meet an eligible bachelor here in the area, I can't get a game of Dead Zone with them. It ain't gonna happen. It's too much work. So unfortunately, Mantic games are gonna always suffer for me from the too much work to play. But great game.
Does Tyler play it?
Yeah.
Oh, or you're no longer in Colorado, so sorry.
Yeah. Tyler loves it.
Okay.
He's got a few people, in that area into it, but yeah, he loves anything Mantic. But
That's kind of a turn off a little bit.
yeah,
They're a rampant Mantic apologist.
He's a Mantic fanatic. New score, Xtreme?
3.875.
Ooh, great score. Highest?
Yep. Tied. Right?
Yep. Tied with Legion. Next up is Techno Bowl.
This is a weird one for me. It's a game I have no desire to play, but I can respect what it is so much that I kept it at a 4.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the best designed from pure mathematics.
Yeah.
And when the new wrestling, the Whispers of the new wrestling game came out, I was like, I really like Techno Bowl. And I actually went to my garage, got out the box, got the rules, read them again, and said, oh, I really wish I could play this. So I kept it at 4.5. Probably never play it again, but like Biran said, it's just so well designed that I liked it. And I liked learning like things that I thought were like shitty skills. And then someone would say, no, that's a great skill because you could do this. And I was like, oh yeah. So
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah. It had a depth to it that I didn't realize.
Yeah.
It really had. So yeah.
This is a game where I could, I don't play simulated games online, but this is one where I can see if I ever wanted to do it, this would be the game.
Oh, this would translate to like a computer.
I'm sure it's already out there on Tom Vassal.
That's not the same.
Is it Tom Vassal? Is that the engine it's on?
Tabletop simulator.
Yeah.
Is Vassal named that because of Tom Vassal?
No.
Okay. Is this my Nuffle right here?
It can't be. That'd be like Tom Vassal was creating a programming language called VSL.
Okay.
We call him Vassal.
I was just curious. Okay. All right.
This is a whole episode of Awakenings,
Yes.
Xtreme, where are you at with this?
I remained consistent at a 3.5.
Okay. And what do I have?
You went from a 4.5 down a full point to 3.5.
Yeah. It was hard.
You're friends with the guy. What happened?
I'm still friends with him. He was my mentor with game design.
Yeah.
I haven't played the game. How come? How could I, when I put this up against my 4s, it doesn't it's not up there. So it's a great game. It just doesn't get its due. I hope it changes one day, but the 4s and above are games that I play or want to play. And it's just, the idea of it's great. It's a lot to learn again. And I got to get a league going again. Sounds like a Mantic game. I got a lot of work to do. Too much work. Bye.
So it was a 4.125. It dropped to a 3.875, putting it in that first place tie.
Ooh, 3-way tie.
Mhm.
Next up is Frostgrave.
I started at 4 and I went down to 3.5 and still at a 3.5. I think it's a good game. I think I just still don't like the Wizards thing because I'm not a wizard guy in any sort of fantasy setting. I never play one. So I think that's my hang up keeping it from sticking to a 4.
Okay, Mike.
I had it at 4.5. It's tied in with all of his other games in that thing, and I enjoy all of them. So I don't play Frostgrave per se. Silver Bayonet is the next iteration of that, and we're trying to get some action with that soon. But so
and
again,
Adepticon, they're going to be I guess Leif said they were really going to try to push to be a big carrier of all their stuff.
Yes, so I'm looking forward to that.
I like that. It could be a good thing or a bad thing. If you like Frostgrave, then all the games get good scores. If you hate Frostgrave, then all the games get bad scores,
But I will like some of their games more than others because of the theme.
Yeah, but they're all kind of the same though.
But every time a new game comes out, there are changes, and they're always still better.
Agreed. Again, that wasn't an insult when I said they're all kind of the same, but it's like saying Games Workshop games. You know what I mean? Like
but they don't get better.
No, they get worse.
Well,
actually, no, they do. I don't know what they
get. Was so much better than 7. In my opinion,
they don't get better or worse. They get like a new timeline that's neither. It's neither better nor worse. It's like 9 different fucking timelines.
Yeah.
Xtreme.
I remained at a 4.
Okay. What do I have?
You went from a 4.5 to a 3.5.
Yeah, that's another hard one to do. It's a really, really good game, but I really, when I scored things this time, it was am I going to play this in the foreseeable future, and how much work is it to play it? Frostgrave needs a little work. I got to sell somebody on the whole thing, and then also it really shines in a campaign format. And for me, a really good game, and again, this is just me talking, really good game has to be really good one-off. Campaign's nice, but you can't say, yeah, it's kind of fun, but man, will you really have fun? Is this? No. We're not going to ever get to that if this game wasn't, So it's great in a campaign setting. Everybody go get a mic and have him conjure up 8 fucking friends for you, and you're good.
So it was a 4.125, and it drops into that first place tie at a 3.875.
Man, unplanned. 4 games in the fucking elite tier.
Just like my mom's pregnancy, it was unplanned.
Oh, I thought you said 4 games in the elite tier.
Your mom's pregnancy?
Yeah, when she had me, I was what they call an unplanned pregnancy.
Yeah, so was I. Is that big deal?
I wasn't sure if you meant like your mom was unplanned, your grandparents, or what. So.
Well, my mom's old enough where you had to have like 8 to get 3 to make it. So
yeah.
So like you're saying, it should have been Biran's pregnancy. His.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I don't know. Anyways.
Next up, Marvel Crisis Protocol.
Biran?
So this is the hottest game at Grognard's right now.
On Wednesdays.
Well, I think, but I see the pictures and people play it throughout the week. But Wednesday's the big night. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes me mad. Because they're all up in our grill and take up all their space.
You have to keep switching days.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys were like the fucking crew when it started. Now you're the fucking shitbags.
Yeah, we're like the D&D guys that bring their
stuff. You're the shit on Todd's shoe at this point. You helped build him.
We don't matter anymore.
Yeah, we don't.
You ran events with normies, randos, all of them. Now you are the shit on how
I helped lug the carpeting in and put up the peg wall, flat wall.
I played a game against Mike while Todd painted. That's how much work we did.
Yep. I held the door open when he's bringing in lumber. It's the similar case to whatchamacallit, the Underworlds, where I was really into it, and then it just kept on getting release after release after release. And one of my least favorite people is now in there playing it, and it just makes me mad.
You don't have to say names, but you want to do like a description?
He sort of looks like a Gary Frank type. So imagine Gary Frank, and that's what he looks like.
Is it Furry Grank?
Yes.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness, it's still, I think it's still a good game, and I think I hear the models have gotten better from the standpoint of assembly. I still have a bunch of painted stuff. I have some Xtreme painted stuff that I'm pretty happy to have, but it's too much.
Okay. What's your score?
3.5 for
Okay.
my
Oh, you changed it again?
Yes.
Okay.
Biran's a tinkerer. Some
Yeah.
people are tinkerers. He's always like,
Okay.
boop, 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 boop. Doogie.
Mine stayed at a 3. I think if somebody said, hey, I have these models, you can play with them, play this game with me. The mechanics seem solid. It's just the model price and the unnecessary complexity of the models doesn't appeal to me. So, and the fact that they made it that stupid scale just so people wouldn't play it with hero clicks.
But they
It's like,
still
come
are. They still are. Some people are. You know
Oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
some people
Hey,
are. But
listen,
again, some people are going to play with, can I print out paper models? Yeah, fuck.
all I'm saying is never underestimate a poor.
Yeah, exactly.
They got a
But
lot
yeah,
of tricks.
so, but again, when I was at those Adepticon painting things and the people that were running the MCP at Adepticon, and the way they're talking about the game, it made me want to play it. And I almost bought the core set at Grognard's, but then I was like, dude, it's $100 and you're going to hate putting this shit together. So
Well,
I put it
especially that
back.
core set. The early models were
Yeah,
some of the
just-
worst.
Mike,
Well,
don't buy
they
the course
have
set.
that. They have that core set there that's used, but all the models are put together. I might actually do that, but I still haven't pulled the trigger. So
You
it's
can
a
put
3.
over those hurdles of the assembly and price. Once you buy it, it's already spent. Once you put it together, it's done. So that hurdle's over, right?
Yeah, but you got to put it together.
You
Right.
should have just bought mine. It was fully painted. I even put like black marks around
But
all the
then Biran
tokens to
wouldn't
make
have
look
it.
nice. He didn't
I don't
buy
have
the
all of
box.
it, 'cause I should have bought
He picked out a
everything.
couple models.
Yeah. All right.
I bought the one
Should've.
that because I lost Captain Marvel's forearm, so I was glad to get yours. Extreme.
Yeah, the fact that they gave you 4 possible faces for Star Lords because they know you're going to fuck up 2 of them says there's something wrong with the design.
One of them's going to go clip, ping.
They
Yeah.
should have actually put 2 of every body in every box, even if it's the same sculpt, just for fuck up reasons.
Yeah.
Just put, you're
Tells
gonna
you something
lose.
right there. So
You're gonna lose Captain Marvel, the not tassel, whatever that thing on her, like
Yeah, her little rope.
it
belt.
comes off like super. I mean, put an extra model in. Pay enough. Extreme.
I remained at a 3.5, but I have a little question here for Brian. As he's changing his scores live, are you adjusting the average total scores too? Because that's not a formula.
Oh, you're not using a formula on that? No.
Not for that one.
Okay.
Fucking tinkerer, man.
why are you did you just calculate this with a calculator or something or what?
For the average scores, I was. Most of them were pretty basic.
What is
just
wrong
about
with you?
I don't know.
That's the
I
whole
did
point. You're
formulas for
using a
everything
spreadsheet.
else. It was just one column.
Oh, God.
He was doing it assuming we didn't have tinkerers.
Yeah. That's fine. No one cares.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
The points don't
People that are
matter.
watching this
and
are-
And nobody wins.
Yeah.
Nobody wins.
What do I have, Extreme?
4.5.
Yeah. Consistent, I believe, from before. This is my current favorite game and has been for about a year. It's great. I got in after all you guys. I will say this, Biran, you've used the line, I think Ryan said before a few times about I can't keep up. My own opinion, I'm not telling you that's your opinion, it's not wrong, but I don't understand that because I just play who I want to play. I don't have to own everything.
But when you play against the new stuff.
Yeah. It's like playing Super Show and all of a sudden their deck has cards that you've never heard of.
if it's fun, it's fun. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, but yeah.
I don't break those kind of games down. Like, to me, I'm just creating a battle.
But I know, like, I'd be like, oh, I want to get Venom now. Oh, I want to get this.
Oh, that's different if you want stuff.
Right.
But you were making it like you have to have stuff. And I don't see it that way. Hulk was one of the first models, and he's still in every game I play because it's fucking Hulk. You know what I mean? I don't know. So I think it's a blast. It's not a lot of rules because there's only a few models, but obviously a lot on the card. But it plays well. They got cool scenarios. And you got a taco truck. What's not to love?
So it ended up with a 3.75.
Ooh, just under the elite tier.
But it's remained consistent all 3 versions.
Yeah.
Oh, except for the tinkering.
Yeah, the fucking Tinker Train.
That's my fault. I take credit.
Yeah.
Next
Extreme,
up,
can you give him read-only access or something?
Also, can we because we're right at the kill team break. I gotta take a piss. So can we take a break for a couple minutes?
Do you want to stop? Or do you want
Yeah. Yeah, let's see. We'll get a couple
Stop.
episodes out of this. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do enough. We'll save some. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. This is part 1 of the review of the ratings part due. And follow Zlurpcast online and subscribe and all that. And Zlurp on that sub button. And bye. Everybody.
Zlurpcast! Brought to you by Zomboy. Eat flesh.